find the stream. Hopefully it won't be too far away. Click on the channel. There it is there. It hasn't quite uploaded yet. Now it has. So everything wraps up. All good to go, and I'm pretty sure I could hear myself there on the stream, so that's good as well. That's not good, what's on screen right now, but we'll talk about that in just a moment. But with everything running, it's time to start this stream. Hello and welcome everyone to Season 5 and the first round of the PlayStation America Series here on Race Spec Esports. Oh boy. Had a very interesting race last night. We're probably going to see some carnage tonight as well. These fellas will be competing over 15 rounds, over 15 different racetracks as well. The first of which is here at the legendary Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. So 5.89 kilometer, 18 turn racetrack. It's rather fitting in a way. I mentioned this back in Tier 1 in the Pacific Series. That it's rather fitting that Silverstone is the opening round, as it held the first ever Formula 1 Grand Prix back on the 13th of May 1950. It's changed a lot since then. From a RAF airfield used by the Allied forces during the Second World War, it's turned itself into one of the most well-recognized and prestigious racing facilities in the world. The circuit is technically difficult due to the fact that it has a combination of high-speed bends and long straights. Ideally, for the high-speed bends, you want high downforce so you can take the corners as quickly as possible. But with the long straights, you want low downforce so you have a low drag setup so you can get the top speed down the straight. So finding the balance is quite difficult around here at Silverstone. In terms of overtaking spots, there are two major spots on the racetrack, being turn 6 at Brooklands and also Stowe turn 15 as they're at the end of long DRS straights. Though in qualifying we won't be seeing any DRS being used. As you can see, it is bucketing down. This is very British, I have to say, very British weather. I feel quite bad for the drivers out on track right now, because Silverstone in the dry, as Pacific Tier 1 proved, is not an easy thing to negotiate. In the wet, I can only imagine how difficult it would be out there. But with that out of the way, looking at the drivers competing in this championship, there's some names that I do recognise. I see KD 1997, Liquito on his first lap as a returning driver. I see Cos Passassin. I imagine he'll be towards the top of the table. That's a Ferrari off the racetrack. I think that's Leash 5566, just off the circuit there. We got the returning teammates of Hildebeest and Captain Schmeg, though they're not in the Haas for this season. They're in the Williams this time around. But a lot of new names. A lot of people who I'm not familiar with at all. But this very tricky qualifying session will probably give us a good idea of who is where in terms of the championship fight. Liquito at the moment doing a very nice job just keeping the car on the track, keeping it well within the white lines. Tricky, even in the dry, you can see just how patient you have to be in the wet. A lot of lifting and coasting, being very, very patient with the car. Through Maggots and Beckett's, the most famous part of the racetrack. Quite a fast section, not in the wet though. And as you can see, it's full wet conditions, not intermediate. Not sure if the conditions will improve, and Passassin has retired out of the session, and that's a genuine retirement as well. He's crashed out at Maggots and Beckett's. Where is his car? Couldn't see it there. See if we can hop on board a Haas. Ah no, his car's disappeared. So Passassin, who I know to be one of the quickest drivers in the Americas, is out of qualifying immediately, having crashed out at Maggots and Beckett's. Well, he'll have a lot of work to do from the back of the field. Though I have a distinct feeling he won't be the only retirement in this qualifying session. KD jumps to the top of the table with a 39.1. Another driver who I expect to be towards the top of the table. See Ferrari coming back onto the circuit. A Red Bull going slowly to let a McLaren pass there at Copse. No. Hopefully the race will be dry. The wet weather, it does play havoc, but it also forces drivers to be quite a bit more cautious. They don't go for overtakes anywhere near as often in these wet conditions. Godly Boss, KD's teammate, has jumped up to second. That is soon taken by Captain Smeg in the Williams. A couple more drivers crossing the line. Nil Plus Ultra in the Alpine jumps up to second place. That's soon taken by Hildebeest with a 39.7. Pretty much a 39.7. At the moment, KD head and shoulders above the field at the moment by half a second. Silent Banshee completing his first flying lap in the Mercedes. Possassin's teammate coming around Club Corner onto the Hamilton Strait, crosses the line, goes fifth quickest with a 40.3. Was that Laquito just jumping up there? It was. He improved by 1.2 seconds, goes fourth quickest. It's raining sideways, and oh, David's very sideways and in the wall. Well, after setting a very nice lap, he's out of qualifying, and oh dear. He won't be improving, unfortunately. Seems the conditions, though, might be improving a little bit. KD absolutely obliterates his first time. George Mickelson has just left the session. Hopefully he'll be able to come back. Same as Psycho, he's just left as well. Hopefully they'll be able to come back. Oh, a few people have left the session. A lot of people have left the session. What's going on here? Tad bit lost at the moment. Why have so many people left? Hello Watford, hopefully you enjoy the stream and the other 7 people watching right now. Though I imagine it won't be a very entertaining qualifying. I imagine a lot of people are just going to struggle in these sort of conditions. As I believe that's supposed to be No Mercy. A bit difficult with the X in the way. He's driving the Red Bull, he's 9th quickest with a 41.3. Yeah, lots of people leaving for God knows what reason. Rafa in the Haas, yet to complete a lap, is coming around Stowe. Now towards the Vale chicane. A potential overtaking spot in the dry, this chicane. Very difficult to get it done, but I have seen it before. Exiting Vale towards Club Corner. Crosses the line. Goes 8th quickest with a 40.5. Very respectable time that. See here, Flavius. Starting a lap in the Alfa Romeo. We're right on board. Give you a tour of the circuit. Through Abbey, turn 1. Flat out in the dry. Not in the wet. Through turn 2. Then through turn 3, Village. Very steady. Through turn 4 at the loop. Missing the apex, but that's only because of the conditions. Very difficult. And onto the Wellington Strait. And we're heading towards Brooklands. Probably the second best overtaking opportunity on the racetrack. And into Luffield, turn 7. Hugging the apex. 3rd gear, nice and gentle with the car. Pays to be gentle, not being too aggressive on the throttle. Through Woodcote, down the old pit straight. Then Copse Corner, where we've seen some fairly recent real-life drama in Formula 1. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Through Maggots and Beckett's. Again, being nice and steady, being nice and patient, not overdriving the car. Exiting Chapel and onto the Hangar Straight. Towards Stowe, gets on the brakes. 5th gear, gently on the accelerator. Very nice, keeps it well within the white lines. It's a very tidy lap from Flavius. Might not be immensely quick, but it's nice and tidy. Around the final corner to set a 44.4, goes 13th quickest. The Shizant in the AlphaTauri making his way out of Chapel and onto the Hangar Straight. I believe that's KD just leaving the pit lane then. Double check that. No, it's not. It was his teammate Godly Boss leaving the pit lane just then. You have to be incredibly careful in these conditions. Through Vale, 2nd gear, nice and gentle on the throttle. Rounds the final corner. Must have made a mistake on that lap of 51.9. Go out for a second one. So you're very careful through the opening S's. Even in the dry, the car can lose control, particularly through turn 1. See here. KD, where are you? You're coming through Vale. We're right on board. He's our current pole sitter. Just under 7 minutes left in the session. And I don't believe he's doing his lap just yet. Oh no, he might be. Because his battery was still at 100% on the Hamilton Straight. Through turn 3. And turn 4. Lot of understeer right there. But he gets good drive out of the corner. Bit sideways and invalidates, so KD won't be completing this lap. He'll probably back off just a little bit and reset. The Hill Plus Ultra in the Alpine, currently 4th quickest on a flying lap. His teammate, that's Oxford Fox, getting out of the way. Sector 1, up by 4.5, almost 4.5 tenths of a second there in the opening sector. That's a good improvement. Needs to keep this up. I believe that's Godly Boss making a mistake. At the exit of turn 4, you can see the Aston Martin stationary just before turn 5. Alpine coming through. Maggots and Beckett's now, nice and steady. 5th gear. Up through the gears once again, down the Hangar Straight. Up by almost 8 tenths of a second. And apparently purple to the 2nd sector. Through Stowe. Probably the best overtaking opportunity on the circuit. Through Vale. Bit of locking up, but he keeps it straight. Around the final corner of Club. Up to the line. He goes 2nd quickest with a 38.7. He's on the front row. KD, though, on a flying lap. Coming up to the 1st sector split. Up by 1/10 of a second. Through Luffield now. Have to be very careful on the exit here. Try not overdo it. KD does no such thing. Around Woodcote and onto the old pit straight towards Copse Corner. Gets through there very nicely. Through Maggots and Beckett. Then through Chapel. This will complete the 2nd sector. Up by 3 tenths of a second. And he goes purple to the 2nd sector. Through Stowe. Then towards Vale. Slams on the brakes. 3rd gear. Doesn't use 2nd, but he missed the apex just a little bit there. At the entry to Vale. Around Club. to cross the line and set a 37.9, beating his time by 0.6 of a second. Suggests to me that the conditions are improving. No Mercy in the Red Bull currently third quickest. That's very good to see. With the 39 flat, I believe he's on an in-lap. Hildebeest exiting the pits. Captain Schmeg about to start the flying lap. Currently P5. The Williams pairing looking very strong like they did in Season 4. Hildebeest and Captain Schmeg, they're not always race winners, but they are one consistent pairing. They always score points. Something's happened just in front. Oxford Fox getting out of the way. He's on an outlap. We better get a move on. He doesn't have a lot of time left in the session. Getting out of the way are a few drivers. Smeg. Brooklands. AlphaTauri stopped on the road there at the exit of Luffield. Getting out of the way of Silent Banshee, who was on an outlap. Towards Copse Corner. 8th gear, 300 kilometers an hour. Gets it down to 240. Actually takes that really well, I have to say. Absolutely nailed that. 6th gear through Maggots and Beckett's. Down to 5th. Down to 4th for Chapel. Shizant. He'll get out of the way shortly. Down the Hanger Straight towards Stowe. Over 300 kilometers an hour. 305. 307 on entry as KD just beats his own time to set a 37.3. The conditions are definitely improving. Through Vale, 2nd gear. Gently on the throttle. A bit swirly at the exit, but a good lap overall. Comes up to the line, sets a 37.9, goes 2nd quickest. Plus Ultra going back into the pits. Mercy doing a bit of lawn mowing there. Currently P4. Hildebeest on a flying lap through turn 1, then 2, into the hairpin of 3 now. 2nd gear, short shifts to 3rd. 2nd gear, again short shifting, just to find the traction. Through Aintree, onto the Wellington Strait. Sector 1 says he's found almost 6/10 in the first sector. If he wants to claim pole position, he has to find another second from somewhere over the course of the rest of the lap. On the old pitch straight. Through Copse. Nice and gentle through there. Now the critical Maggots and Beckett's high speed S section. 7th gear. Brings it down to 6th, down to 5th, down to 4th, 3rd even, to get the extra rotation. Exiting Chapel. Up by a second at the 2nd sector. He still needs to find time. Qualifying over for everybody. These will be their final flying laps. Through the chicane. Banshee has gone 4th quickest. Where will Hildebeest end up? Exiting the final corner, it's a 38.6. He goes 3rd quickest, just behind his teammate. No Mercy. Coming around Copse Corner. Very nicely through there. Rafa's jumped up to 4th place in the Haas as well. Great performance from him. He'll start from the 2nd row. Unless somebody has something in response. Sector 2 up by 0.3 of a second. Snake and Beans coming into the pits. His session is done. So it's down to No Mercy. He's got 3 corners left to nail. Gets through Vale fairly nicely. Comes around Club. Oh, very sideways there, and that costs him dearly. A very awkward run at the end of the lap. He definitely would have improved, but he invalidated at the final corner. So he'll be starting from P8. But it's KD 1997 on pole position by just under 3/10 of a second to Captain Schmeg. Hildebeest will start P3. He'll have Rafa alongside in 4th place. The Hill Plus Ultra in the Alpine P5. The Godly Boss P6. Meaning it's a solid start for the Aston Martin pairing. Silent Banshee in 7th. No Mercy in 8th. Flavius in 9th. Snake and Beans rounds out the top 10. So 2 Alfa Romeos in the top 10. Laquito in 11th. Lob in 12th. Oxford Fox in 13th. Georgia in 14th. Shizant in 15th. Oscar Toll in 16th. And 3 drivers not setting lap times. Psycho, Leash, and Passassin after crashing out at the beginning of qualifying. Now it's time for the race itself. This should be very, very interesting. Hopefully it'll be nice and dry for the drivers out there. Well, it's overcast, but it's dry. There's no rain yet. That's the key thing. Yet. You can see the soft tyres in the Mercedes garage there and in the Red Bull garage, meaning a couple of drivers might be starting on the softs. If it's a dry race, the strategy is either a soft medium or a medium soft. Just your own sort of preference. If you want to make up positions early, you want to start on the soft tyre. If you want to go all out towards the end of the race, you start on the mediums and then go on to the softs. You also have to worry about safety cars as well and how they'll play a factor in this race too, because we're bound to see at least a couple of them. Drivers are setting off on their formation lap now, so let's have a look at who's on what tyre. And it's a fairly convincing story. Basically, everybody is on the soft tyre. Only 3 drivers are not on the soft tyre, one of which is the Alfa Romeo of Flavius in P9. He's starting on the mediums. Same with Laquito, starting on the mediums as well in P11. And our final driver at the back of the field, Passassin, starting on the medium compound. A risky ploy, but we'll see if it works out for him. But all other drivers, all 16 of them, are starting on the soft compound tyre. They want to be aggressive early on, and I can't blame them. One of the things that the drivers will have to know when going into this race is that DRS is so important around here. More or less over the course of the race, we'll have these DRS trains forming. These big groups of cars, all of them have DRS. If you are not in one of them, you are screwed, more or less. So it'll be difficult for those towards the back of the field to try and make their way towards the front. It's not impossible, just very, very, very difficult. But it'll be a very interesting race nonetheless, I'm sure. Silverstone tends to promote quite close racing, so I'm very much looking forward to this race. Leaders are making their way round the final corner. They'll soon be lining up into their respective grid slots. Start is incredibly important. Bad start can mean you lose upwards of 5 or so positions. So everyone needs a good conversion off the line. And it's not impossible for the guy in second place to take the lead into turn 1. That's exactly what happened in Pacific Tier 1. So KD, although he's on the racing line, he might not be lined up and ready to race here at Silverstone. The revs rise. We have 19 drivers on the grid and 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. And I believe the Williams has started well, but KD will be the leader through turn 1, through turn 2. We go in the background, a Mercedes-Benz going wide. That's probably Cos Passassin, side by side. With the Williams down the inside, but he will be on the outside for turn 4. KD being a bit swamped here, but he's still the leader. He has Captain Schmeg right behind his teammate Hildebeest. And spinning in the background is an AlphaTauri. Was that Liquito? I believe it is. A big spin on the first lap, and he plummets down the order. Some more carnage behind. Drivers trying to find a bit of racetrack to race on. Psycho off the circuit, comes back on. Snake and Beans overtakes his teammate, but I reckon he got an illegal overtake, so he has to give the position back. Oh, dearie me. So a bit of a chaotic start towards the back of the field. At the front, though, I think everybody has gotten through relatively okay. Shizant has dropped down through the order, falling down to 15th. I noticed that on the timing screen. Banshee overtaking Rafa. Up into P5 goes the Mercedes. But the biggest winner off the start is Cospassassin. He started 19th. He's now 10th. What a start from the Mercedes. Drivers squabbling towards the back of the field. DRS is not enabled yet. This is only lap 2. It's just a timing glitch. And something has happened. Is that Shizant? It is. He's in the gravel. Oh, he does a very nice donut. Still doing donuts. Dear me. Bit of a timing glitch there, showing George and Flavius towards the front of the field. Hopefully they'll sort itself out. KD is still leading the way. He is now building a margin over Captain Schmeg. The gap is 0.8 of a second. For Captain Schmeg, he needs to stay within 1 second of KD when lap 3 arrives. If he doesn't, KD will probably pull away. Wildebeest right there in P3 rather. Flavius is not in the lead. And that is a Alfa Romeo bringing out yellow flags in the first sector. Godly Boss, Rafa battling for position. The Aston Martin is through and into 7th place. And there we go, the leaderboard's finally fixed itself. Rafa showed his nose there down the inside, but couldn't get the move done. Nice little bit of aggression from the Brazilian there. No Mercy is coming though, down the inside towards Abbey, and he's through into 7th place. Oh, but wide there at turn 2. Haas tries to find its way through again, and Passassin round the outside at turn 3. He's through into 8th place. Oh, and a bit of a moment there from the Red Bull. Can Passassin find his way past? He has DRS and the inside line, and he's through. It's a 7th place. Oh, and down the inside, a big send from the Red Bull. Fortunately for No Mercy, he didn't spin out there. He could have with that sort of contact, but he keeps it straight and he's still in P8. And KD has spun! The race leader has spun! And one of the Mercedes has spun out as well. Banshee. At the same corner. Have to be very careful with rejoining the circuit, fellas. Don't do anything silly. Banshee, he'll get back on the racetrack and get going again. But that's massive. A costly error from KD, and he falls to 8th. Passassin has overtaken Godly Boss. He's gone into P4. Lob has lost a few positions there. He's fallen down to 13th. Godly Boss and Passassin battling for position. Oh, and off the circuit completely. No Mercy has shoved Godly off the circuit there at the exit of the Vale chicane. Through turn 1. And turn 2. Coming into the hairpin of turn 3 Village. KD has overtaken Rafa for 4th place. Some really hard scrapping going on here in the midfield. Some proper scrapping going on back here. What's going on? Oh, I see. Well. Well. This is interesting to watch, not gonna lie. If anyone wanted to know what a 12-wheel Formula One car looked like, then there you go. Because you have 3 cars all blended into one another. Deary me. That is one hell of a sight. Exiting Chapel. Oxford is on the attack. Rafa has no DRS. To the outside. And he's through quite easily. Into P8 goes the Alpine. Running wide. Oh, massively wide there, Rafa. Have to be very careful with track limits. Coming around turn 1, KD has to find a way past the Red Bull of no mercy. After his earlier mistake, some big tyre marks there through turns 3 and 4. Around Aintree and on to the Wellington Strait. Gets by with ease. Heading towards Brooklands. Gets it done. He's into P5. It's a nice exit as well and pulls away big time from the Red Bull. But out at the front of the field, it's the 2 Williams leading the way. They've got a healthy margin to Nihil Plus Ultra in the Alpine. A lead of 2.3 seconds. What's going on? So these guys are still pretty much are still ghosting within each other. Very interesting. And Shizant is out of the session. He has crashed out just before turn 3 and a safety car has been deployed. And into the pits comes Captain Schmeg to take advantage of the situation. So there's the Alpine, and I imagine a lot of people will be pitting here. KD, a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Very easily done here at Silverstone. The speed limit is 60 kilometers an hour, or in Queen's English, it's about 37 miles an hour. Onto the hard tyre goes Passassin. Onto a set of mediums goes KD. I imagine a lot of the soft runners should pit onto the medium tyre. The mediums will make it to the end of the race from here. Should easily make it, actually. A lot of people staying out, though, some of which are AI. But some people who are not AI staying out. Hildebeest got a bit caught out, I believe. I think he drove past pit entry. And he wasn't able to come in to put on fresh tyres. But a fairly dramatic start here at Silverstone, which you kind of expect. Banshee has destroyed his front wing. He'll have to do a whole lap with that damage and come back in to get that fixed. What a start. Oh, and a 3-second time penalty. How did you get that? Oh, mercy. Just copped a 3-second penalty. There you go. I'm trying to catch up to the train. Godly Boss, a 5-second penalty. A severe collision with Oxford Fox. So these two coming together. The Aston Martin given a 5-second penalty, which he will serve, by the way. Seeing as he hasn't made a pit stop, when he does eventually make his pit stop, he will be forced to serve it, and he won't be able to get it removed. But I imagine we'll be getting back under green flag racing shortly. So how many? 1, 2, 3... 9 drivers on the softs they started on. Snake and Beans has left the session. We got from P10 down to P15. They have new tyres. They pitted when the safety car came out initially. Liquito is on old rubber. He's on 4-lap old mediums. Flavius, he's on a new set of hards. Same with Silent Banshee. Silent Banshee got damage on the lap before. He's come back in to get that front wing fixed. He's got a new front wing and hard tyres ready to go. He still has to catch up to the back of the field though. And it's a very long lap here at Silverstone. Now will the safety car come in this lap? Let's see. Exiting the final part. Oh! No Mercy's out. What? There he is there. He's just voluntarily retired. What? He's just voluntary. Okay. He just had enough. There you go. Well, it seems like we will be doing another lap. And a lot of people coming in, is there? Oh, Passassin retiring from the session. He's had enough. Godly Boss, he's going to go on to the medium tyre. Serve the 5-second penalty he got. There's a Haas of Rafa going in the pits as well. He's going to put on some new tyres. Some hard tyres. Out he comes. Two lap old mediums for Liquita going on the car. But I believe this will be our last lap on the safety car. And migrating host. What's going on? People just ducking in and out of the session. Ah. Hopefully we will be under green flag racing by the end of this lap though. The action can resume. See the very nice looking red Mercedes-Benz. Driven by the virtual burned Maylander. And there we go, safety car in this lap, so Hildebeest will take control of the field. Just back it up, compress the field, give the safety car enough time to go back into the pits as well. Nice and steady, keeping temperature in their tyres. We're right on board with Oxford. And a whole heap of AI pitting in. Interesting. And Hildebeest gets going. We're back under green flag racing. Hildebeest leads. Oxford Fox in second. Captain Schmeg a long way behind in third. Excuse me. He and Neil Plus Ultra side by side. And through goes KD into third place. A big send at the hairpin. Overshoots the corner. Captain Schmeg and KD side by side. Down the Wellington Strait towards turn 6. Gets around the corner nicely. I'll leave that AI back there. Down pit straight, the old pit straight towards Cops Corner. So let's see. Oh, and spinning! The Alpine into the barrier. A big mistake there at Copse Corner. Still has overtake on. Wonder if that's why. Needs to turn overtake off. Otherwise that will happen to you. Let's see. Liquito is still racing. Banshee is still racing. Psycho, I believe, is racing. Yep. Rafa's racing. Flavius isn't. Snake and Beans isn't. Godly Boss is. Captain Schmeg is. Same with KD and the two in front. So, Leash isn't. Lob isn't. Oscar isn't. Rafa a 3-second time penalty. George isn't. Nihil is in the pits. He obviously got damaged when he spun out at Copse Corner. We've got a fair few drivers missing from the session. Rafa gonna have to try and pass the 2 AI as soon as possible. Oh, it runs very wide there. So what? Have they made a new session? Is that what's going on? Give me a minute. What's wrong with this one? What? Ah, okay. So that's what's happening. Everybody's leaving to make a new session. That's what I'm getting at. Hang on. Really? We're almost at the halfway mark in this race. Yeah. Righto. Well, I suppose we better leave this session, I guess. Oh. Righto. What a big kerfuffle this turns out to be, huh? Right. Let's go and find the new session, I suppose. There we are. Okay. Sorry, chat. I've sort of been left out of the loop just a little bit. Make sure I better press spectate as well. And they're going to start the race from scratch, are they? We're going to be doing another 26 laps. Alright. I mean, considering the amount of laps we did previously, quite amazing. Oh well. You have to expect these things sometimes. You always get technical difficulties here and there. Hopefully everybody will jump into this session as soon as possible and we can get back to racing. Oh. It's a bit disappointing, but oh well. Plenty to look forward to, though, in real life. We've got the Belgian Grand Prix this weekend, which I'm very much looking forward to. One, because it's Spa, and Spa is awesome in almost every way. And two, we've got that sort of rivalry going on at the moment between Mercedes, Red Bull, Hamilton, Verstappen. It's all good. It's good to see. It's good to watch as well as a spectator. You know, we've seen all the recent drama at Silverstone, at Hungary, but yeah, when it comes to Spa, should be a very, very interesting race. It's a great racetrack as well. As Keke Rosberg once put it, quite literally the perfect racetrack in many ways with its modern layout. It's got a nice combination of just about everything, and everybody's ducking out. What's going on? Oh. So, plenty to look forward to in real life, at the very least. Not much to look forward to at the moment. Let's have a look at the weather, because I'm pretty sure it's custom. No, it's dynamic. Why isn't it custom? Probably should be custom. Because nobody would want to do a wet race around here if it wasn't going to be wet initially. The previous lobby. And back, just a bit back to real life Formula 1. After Spa, we'll have the Dutch Grand Prix at Zanville, which is definitely going to be interesting for several reasons. First of all, again, that rivalry thing between Red Bull and Mercedes, but also, it'll be our first time there in several decades. And of course, we know about from 2020 all the renovations that have happened there at the circuit, with the new banking at turns 4 and 15. I know it's a final corner, but I think the corner number is 15. I'll double check that though. But yeah, it should be a pretty entertaining race. Hopefully. Because, you know, it's a new Grand Prix. Everybody likes a new Grand Prix. But we've also got all the stuff going on in the championship that will also play a part in how the race pans out. Yeah, it is turn 15. Yep, Circuit Zanville getting back its FIA Grade 1 status, and it's now able to host a Grand Prix. And it'll be very interesting to see as well, all the stands just filled with orange. Well, that's if the spectators are allowed in the circuit, of course. Yeah. A few things to look forward to in real life. Hopefully this won't take too long. We've got 17 drivers here. We had 19 in the previous race. Hopefully everybody will turn up. Tell you what, I'll go and check the Discord, see what's going on in there. I imagine a few people will be chatting. Not much going on in the Discord actually. Just people asking for invites to get into the session. Yeah, I'm not... Actually, I want to find out what was the cause of everybody just jumping out. Could they not connect to the session? Seems that the lobby was broken. Several people weren't able to join the session, which explains the amount of AI cars on the circuit. Alright. Oh. Sorry folks, I really just don't know what to talk about during this period. Just... everything is just sort of been reset. Dear me. Hopefully everything goes a bit more smoothly next week. Over in Spain. I imagine the racing would be somewhat smoother as well. Though with Barcelona there are several parts of the racetrack you do have to be incredibly careful of. Namely turns 2 and 9 I've noticed are hot spots at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. The inside curb at turn 2 is quite nasty. You sort of have to cut all of it or completely miss it. If you go anywhere in between, your car will spin out. And turn 9, well, it's an uphill right-hander that leads onto more or less a back straight. It's very difficult because the apex is more or less on the crest of the corner. Very difficult to spot the apex, and also, whilst going over it, the car can become quite unstable. And I've seen many accidents there, not just in F1 2021, but in previous games as well. Unfortunately, we don't have the updated layout, so we still go through the hairpin of turn 10, and also the little left-hand kink, the annoying left-hand kink of turn 11. But hopefully it will all go a bit more smoothly than what it's been tonight. But it seems that we're going to be going back to racing. 26 laps lay in front of us. They're not doing a 25% race, they're doing the full race. Dry conditions, I believe. Custom weather, I think that's been changed. Let's go. Let's go back to Silverstone. We'll do it all over again. Now, this has saved a couple people's races. Those who crashed out early on during the first race. Those who weren't able to connect as well. Give them a chance to get going again. Rightio. Timer counting down. There we are. Right, drivers, if there's any watching the stream, do remember to put a setup on the car. I bet someone didn't put the setup on the car because I already see the timer. You need to put a setup on. You don't want to run default around here of all places. You do not want to run default. Yeah, I know, just had technical difficulties. It's all good. Everything's running now. Well, running as smoothly as it can be. That's alright. I've noticed the time of day has sort of complemented the scenario as well, because I believe it's dusk right now. It's either dusk or dawn. Can't really tell. But I'm pretty sure it's dusk. Flavius has just been disqualified from the session. Dear me. It's not quite the official time, but hey, you know, it's quite a cool aesthetic. That sort of red pinkish tint over everything. It's kind of cool. A lot of people starting on the soft tyre this time around. Only one driver on the mediums, that being Liquita. Everyone else on the softs. And of course someone joins late. Given... How long did we spend sitting here waiting? Like 5-10 minutes? Are we resetting the lobby again? Is that what we're doing? Oh. Is that seriously what we're doing? I think we're restarting the session. Let's find out. I think everyone's lining up on the grid. I think the only driver who has left is Flavius, who's the host. Oh, well, a bit of a headache, but it's alright. Again, these things happen. But everyone's lined up. There's Passassin, lined up into his grid slot. He's starting from 17th at the back of the field. But here we go, once again. 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. I think KD converts well for a second time. Captain Smeg slots into second place. Through turns 1 and 2 they go. Field make their way through nicely. Captain Smeg down the inside at turn 3. A big send. KD keeps it there. Through turn 4. Hildebeest is now into second place. A 5-second penalty for Leash. A severe collision as Oxford Fox leaves the session. Down the Wellington Strait towards turn 6. KD's built up already a 6/10 margin. Rafa in P5 now, trying to hang on. He's got Godly Boss right behind. Liquito losing positions. Passassin making up positions. From 17th, he's up to 6th. He's battling Boss for P6. Through Corps. Contact. But they get through relatively okay. And through, Passassin goes into P6. Using overtake to close in on Rafa. Captain Schmeg overtakes his teammate for P2. Down the inside here. Side by side. Still side by side. Rafa keeps it there. He's fighting. A big send here at Vale. Sticks his nose up the inside but can't get the position back. Passassin into P5, and apparently KD sets a 30-minute lap time. That's very interesting to see how he set that sort of lap time. Intervals are a bit wonky at the moment. Hopefully they'll sort themselves out. Godly Boss down the inside. He makes contact with Rafa. Through Aintree, turn 5. Down the Wellington Strait. Using his battery to close in. Looks to the inside. A Ferrari off the circuit. George Michelson. No mercy now, right on the back of the Aston Martin. Loses a lot of time at the exit of Luffield though. And through! Wowee! Godley goes past Rafa and into P6. Oh, a lot of understeer there on the Haas. There might have been a warning. George brings out another yellow flag. Rafa under a lot of pressure here. He might have a default setup on the car. Oh, he's going to go wide here, no mercy. Around the outside. Keeps it there. Makes it stick. Into P7 he goes. DRS is now enabled as it's lap 3 of 26 here at Silverstone. Passassin applying pressure. Through turn 1. Then turn 2 into turn 3 down the inside. A big send. Still keeps it there. But Passassin gets by into P4. Hildebeest is the next target. Closes in. Hildebeest very wide there at Brooklands. Through Luffield. Heading towards Copse Corner. The gap is 3/10. Through Maggots and Beckett's now. Then through Chapel. That's Leash making a mistake at the exit of Luffield. Oh, a big move there from Passassin. Went from one side of the circuit to the other. He's into P3. So from 17th on the grid, he's up to 3rd. Oscar now overtaking Rafa. Rafa putting up a fight though. They're side by side into the chicane. Ooh, almost making contact there. Through goes Oscar. See the train of cars behind. He's going to try and get by now. Down the Hamilton Strait towards turn 1. Through Abbey, then turn 2. Very wide Snake and Beans there. Keeps it on the circuit though. Around the hairpin. Turn 3, then turn 4. Snake and Beans, I reckon he's going to have a shot here. DRS open using overtake. He's closing in on the Haas. Coming towards Brooklands now. Down the inside he looks. Almost makes contact with the Haas there. Only just missed him. Through Luffield. It'll be difficult for Snake and Beans to pass here, as it's a very fast bit of circuit. He has to be patient and wait for the hanger straight. I think someone's going to have a go here, and that's Passassin. He's closing in rapidly. Looks to the inside. Easy move. Passassin goes to 2nd. Rafa and Oscar battling for position. Rafa into 8th place. Snake and Beans tried to follow suit, but he stays in P10. Rafa, a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. There's the Quito and Silent Banshee in P12, ready to attack. Should note as well the top 15 score points here, and that's a Ferrari off the circuit in Sector 1. I believe that's Leash. Through turn. Oh, and there he is there. Just going through turn 4 now. I reckon Oscar is going to attack. Through Aintree. Using overtake. Rafa, does he defend? No. Just lets the Red Bull by. He knows he can't really fight for position just yet. Though, he's having a go. Round the outside here at Luffield. He makes the move stick. He does. What a move there from Rafa. Round the outside. Great move there. Snake and Beans now on the attack, heading towards Copse Corner. Down the inside he looks, but can't commit to a move. Banshee overtaking. Laquito, no! Spinning into the barrier is what he's doing. Completely destroying his front wing. Uses the old pit exit, gets it going again. Two Ferraris a long, long way behind at the moment. No Mercy overtaking Gold. Oh, contact! No Mercy forced off the racetrack. Rafa and Oscar are a little ways behind, but they're having a battle for P8. But No Mercy stay within 1 second of Godley and keep this battle alive for P6. Something has happened to Laquito. He's had a moment. He's spun out at the final corner. He gets it going again. Into the pits goes Silent Banshee. Through turn 4, Oscar. He'll have DRS again. Will he try and overtake or just try and close in? He doesn't use any of his battery. Just uses DRS. What he's going to do, get as close as he can to Rafa, then try and overtake on the hanger straight. The gap is closing up at the front of the field. We better have a look at this. But I reckon Passassin is going to have a go here. KD missing his apexes through this high-speed S section. This gives Passassin the opportunity to try and pass. Using DRS there to close in. Not by enough though. They go through Stowe. KD is still our race leader. And that is Snake and Beans off the racetrack. He plummets down through the order. Godly Boss and No Mercy side by side through Stowe. They make a bit of contact, I believe. Exiting Stowe, they definitely make contact. And No Mercy goes into the wall. He is out of the race. So he and Godly Boss making contact. And no safety car. Unbelievable. No Mercy is out of the race. And Oscar, meanwhile, got past Rafa. Can Rafa counterattack? Ooh, hang on. No, Possession still doesn't go for the overtake. I wonder what his plan is. Using DRS and overtake, Rafa will close in. Gap of under half a second between he and Oscar Toll. It's a very nice exit out of left field. And Oscar using a bit of his overtake to try and pull away. These two, I imagine, are going to have a great battle in just a moment. Passassin going to try and get past KD here. Round the outside at Stowe. Keeps it there. KD keeps the inside line. Forces him wide. They're side by side. Heading towards the Vale chicane. KD round the outside. He has the inside line for turn 17. There goes the Ferrari. Round the final corner. KD keeps the lead. Rafa does get by Oscar as well. He's back into P7. But I better keep my eyes on the two leaders. Really scrapping it out right now. That's Leash getting out of the way, sort of. Using overtaken DRS, closing in to the inside into Brooklands. They're side by side heading around the left-hander. KD keeps it there though. He has the inside line for Luffield. They're side by side still. Exiting Luffield though, it is Passassin. He takes the lead. KD will slot in behind in second place. Oscar retakes 7th place from Rafa. These two are having a hell of a scrap. Rafa tries to look around the outside, can't get it done there. Looks to the inside, can't get it done there either. Back to these two. KD has lost a tremendous amount of time to Passassin. Passassin not really pushing too hard on the straight. Really allowed KD to catch back up. Random yellow flag in the second sector. Rafa, he's lost a little bit of time, but he's still within DRS range of Oscar Toll. He's closing in. Oh, runs wide though and cops a 3-second time penalty because of it. But no, some good battles up and down the field. Good to see. KD doesn't have a lot of battery left. He's under 20%. He's actually in single digits right now, from what I can read on the steering wheel. Onto the old pit straight towards Copse Corner. The gap is half a second. Or very wide there at the exit of Copse Corner there from KD. Have DRS and close the gap some more. Heading towards Stowe. Doesn't close the gap by enough. Stays in second. Into the pits comes KD. Does he overshoot it? Not this time round. Pulls it up well before the white line. I imagine the median tyre will be put on his car. Let's have a look. Rafa, another 3-second time penalty. Now has 6 seconds next to his name. The way he goes out of the pits. Oscar still has Rafa right there. Rafa has lost a fair bit of time though. Gap of just under a second. The Brazilian really needs to stay within 1 second of Oscar. Doing his best. Still has DRS. Doesn't use any of his battery though. I'm afraid this battle might be over, unfortunately. Now it's all about pit strategy. KD pulled the pin early. Does Passassin respond? Well, he got a 3-second time penalty and he is coming in. Pulls it up. Or Captain Schmeg, be careful. He pulls it up too. Very slow pit entry. Again, it's 60 kilometers an hour or 37 miles an hour and a virtual safety car. This has... Oh, that's why. Ferrari in the barrier. This is just more or less given Passassin the race. In a sense. This has really hurt KD. This has really hurt KD. Oh, it's a safety car now. It's evolved to a full-on safety car. Well then. It was a virtual, now it's a proper safety car. Well, a bit of luck has fallen Passassin's way. Same with Captain Schmeg. These two are in front of KD. KD and Passassin were battling. Now KD is behind not only Passassin but also Captain Schmeg. So, yeah, KD getting the short end of the stick there. Oddly Boss and P7 on fresh rubber. Same with Rafa. This might have helped Rafa in his battle with Oscar because Oscar will need to pit to get off these tyres. So will Nahil and Hildebeest. They'll probably to get onto the medium tyre. In he comes. Nahil stays out. No, that's Laquito, sorry. That's Nahil there. He comes into the pits. I imagine Oscar will do the same. It's basically a free pit stop. You have to take it. Laquito, a drive-through penalty for speeding on the safety car. Oh, be careful. Do be careful. He was careful. Ah, that means our new race leader will be Passassin. After all that, Passassin will be our race leader. Captain Schmeg will jump up to second. That's Hildebeest leaving. And Hildebeest is in front of KD. Hill Plus Ultra will come out P5. Godly Boss will overtake Oscar Toll. Where will Rafa come out with this? He will come out behind Oscar. Only just. Fairly close between those two. And these two have had a pretty good battle over the past few laps. Hopefully with this safety car, we'll get to see some more battling. So with that, I think everyone's done in terms of pit stops. Silent Banshee's gone back into the pits. Probably put on some fresh tyres. He's on 4-lap old mediums. He's putting on softs. Okay. I mean, they could make it from here. He'll just have to do a fair amount of tyre saving. Not push on the tyre too hard. So we'll have to wait a while for the safety car to disappear. Let's have a look at the penalties. Passassin, 3 seconds. Hildebeest, 3 seconds. Godly Boss has 3. Same with Oscar Toll. Rafa has 9. Deary me. Psycho has 5. That was for speeding into the pit lane. And Laquito has a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car. So not too many penalties, which is good. I like races where drivers battle it out on track and not just use the penalties to dictate the race. It's a lot more entertaining. We're closing in on the halfway mark. Got 14 laps to go. We'll be doing this lap on the safety car. We might do the next one if Banshee can't catch up to the tail of this train. Get to have a look at this lovely looking Mercedes-Benz. I have to say, I do like the red. I like how it looks. I prefer red over the silver. Just makes it pop just that little bit more. Very nice. Wish we had the Aston Martin though, the Aston Martin safety car. That would be really cool to see. And something's happened to Snake and Beans. He's off the circuit completely. He gets going again, but he's got a whole heap of dirt on his tyres. I reckon we'll be doing another lap. Let's see. Yep, we'll be doing another lap. Oh, good. One more lap on the safety car. But I believe everyone will be on the same time, more or less. Everyone except Silent Banshee. He's on soft tyres. Laquito, a 3-second time penalty. Trying to catch up to the end of the train. What happened here? Snake and Beans. Did he just overtake Silent Banshee, or did Silent Banshee overtake Snake and Beans? It doesn't matter. Laquito back into the pits. Is he just trying to prolong the safety car period for as long as possible? those soft tyres. It's fresh rubber. He was trying to get to a window where he thought the soft tyres could make it to the end. That's what he's been doing. Hopefully he'll be able to catch up and we can get going again. He does have a drive-through penalty which he needs to serve too. Will the safety car duck in? It will. Good. We can get back to racing. Psycho, a 5-second penalty, a severe collision with Rafa. Did Rafa get the same penalty? No, he did not. Psycho now has 10 seconds next to his name. Right on board with Captain Schmeg. When does Passassin go? The all-important restart. Through the chicane. Oh, dearie me. Bit awkward between those two. And Passassin goes. He takes advantage of the situation. And a great restart from Passassin. Poor bit of judgment there from Captain Schmeg to get alongside like that. Really should have backed off. Something's happened to the two McLarens. Psycho's lost a lot of ground. Snake and Beans and Banshee side by side. A big send contact at turn 3. Bit of drama back here. Lob behind the AI of Flavius, who is still racing. Well, there you go. Godly Boss on the back of the Hill Plus Ultra. George, a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings. Here comes Godly. Looks to the inside here at Cobb's Corner. Can't make it stick there. The Alpine hangs it round the outside. Through Maggots and Beckett's. And through Chapel. It's a nice exit. Probably uses overtake and does. The Hill gets out of the way to get rid of the toe. For some reason Godly Boss isn't following. Really compromised his line there at Stowe as well. Took a very narrow line for whatever reason. KD closing in on Hildebeest. Heading through Abbey. Then turn 2. Then Village. Down to 4th gear for turn 3. Probably down to 3rd for turn 4. There we go. It's a nice exit. Up through the gears. Through turn 5. Uses overtake. No DRS as of yet. Assassin really pulling away out in front. A gap of 2.1 seconds. And Mercy has left the session. Through Luffield. Then through Woodcote. Onto the old pit straight. Silent Banshee. A 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. The AI of Flavius has fallen to 14th. Through Cops Corner. Heading towards Maggots and Beckett's. The dirty air will not help KD. And misses the second apex. Gets through the rest of the S section all right. Uses overtake again, sitting in the slipstream. Closing in, Hildebeest defends hard, but KD doesn't care. Down the inside. Into Stowe. Pulls in front of Hildebeest, but Hildebeest gets the switchback. They're side by side. Heading around the Vale chicane. KD gets out in front as DRS is now enabled. The Aston Martin now into 3rd place. Godly Boss still on the back of the Alpine. With DRS, he'll have a better time to try and get past. Oscar Toll isn't too far behind as well in P7. Use DRS here to close in towards Brooklands, using a lot of overtake as well. Through turn 6. Then through Luffield. Not getting the greatest run, but he maintains that 6.5 margin to Nihil. Captain Schmeg, a 3-second time penalty. A lot of understeer there from Godly Boss, which opens up the gap by quite a bit. Maquito, a 3-second time penalty. He's got that after serving his drive-through penalty. Still has DRS though. Godly Boss, he'll close back in. Through Stowe. So we have a nice battle for 5th, which may involve 3 cars if Oscar can either get a move on or pray that the 2 in front really start to battle. KD trying to close in on Captain Schmeg. The gap is still about 2 seconds though. Through Brooklands. Gap is now 1.8. Through Luffield. Gap closes some more. Hopefully we'll see those 2 battle in a moment. Back here though, we have something going on. Lob, George and Silent Banshee. Through Cop's corner. Towards Maggots and Beckett's now. 3 drivers very close together. And Silent Banshee might them into the wall. Not very good driving there from Silent Banshee, not very good at all, and the safety car has been deployed. Just drove up the rear of the Ferrari. Little word of advice, the throttle works both ways. Didn't have to, he kept it fully pinned and just went straight up the back end of the Ferrari. Did not even lift. Right, another safety car to shake things up. I mean, it's an improvement over last game where we had no safety cars whatsoever. But the safety car frequency is quite high now. I will say, though, it's better than what it was last game. A lot better. In the last couple of titles, in F1 2019 and F1 2020, you can have the world's biggest accident and nothing would happen. Seriously. At least now, when you get a crash like we witnessed, the game actually brings out the safety car, which is the correct decision. Because with an impact like that, probably damage the barriers. They're going to have to get marshals to fix the barriers. So. Surprising, not many of them pit. In fact, none of them do. None of them want to take the opportunity to pit for soft tyres. Psycho floors it into the pit lane. What? What the hell is Godly Boss doing? Why is he suddenly up to second? Okay. Just... Oh... What the? He's just moved someone out of the way. That's Oscar. He's just been spun. What is this guy? Does he not see them or something? Or is he just in the mood where he doesn't really care right now? I imagine that will get reported. Sure, that is very silly. What is he doing? What is he? Oh my goodness, he's just put Captain Schmeg into the wall. What is this guy? What? That would have been a top 4 finish. He's now down in 13th with a completely destroyed front wing. What is this idiot doing? Can he not see people or what? I really do feel sorry for Captain Schmeg. That was a superb effort at the front of the field. It's been taken away from him. Fortunately, in Race Spec, the top 15 score points, so he can still try and score something. He'll be able to catch up to the back end of the field and try and make headway from there, but I just can't believe what I just saw. Just flat out took him out. I hope it's a technical issue and not just silly driving. 'Cause, oh, man. Yeah, just... no idea what's going on with it on Godley's end. I have got no clue whatsoever. Oh, Captain Schmeg might have a hard time catching up to the tail end of the field. What is going on again? What is this idiot doing? He's just taking out more drivers. Silent Bancy and George. He's just driven through all of them. What the? Can you believe this? Unfortunately for Captain Schmeg, he's got onto the tail end of the train. And we are doing another lap on the safety car. I imagine a few people might have a few words to say about what's happened. What the? I'm not taking my eyes off this either. What is this? Like, clearly he knows what he's up to. He's trying to overtake people. What? Chat, what the hell have I just witnessed? What is that? I'm so lost. Right. Was that all out of the way? Can we get back to racing, please? I'd really appreciate it. You're quite right, Harrison. I reckon the stewards are gonna have a long time sorting all this mess out because I have no idea what's going on. Well, finally we get back to racing, which is good. I have to say there are some unfortunate people who got caught up in all that. Assassin, he'll make his way through the chicane and he bolts. KD caught napping. Gap is already a second at the restart. We have 4 laps to go. Lap 23, 24, 25 and 26. Hildebeest on the back of the Alpine. Can he go for a move here? No, he can't. Not close enough to attack just yet. The AI of Flavius is 7th. The AI. What a drive from the AI. Round of applause. Psycho's dropped down to 14th place, having a spin there at the exit of turn 3. Here comes Rafa down the inside into Brooklands. Into P8 he goes. Nice, comfortable move there. He's now the leading soft runner. Needs to take advantage of the situation. Hildebeest on the back of the hill. Through Copse Corner. Towards Maggots and Beckett's. Dirty Air not helping him out by any means. Using all the battery he's got in the hill, doing the same thing though. Hildebeest keeps it on for a lot longer. Closes the gap up by quite a bit. Rafa, he needs to get by Flavius's AI's ASAP. Captain Schmeg is through into 11th place. Oscar goes into the pits. Oh, did he get a drive-through? Out of curiosity. He did. He did get a drive-through. Otherwise, he'll be going into his pit stall right there. So he got a drive-through at some point. The hill. He's under attack here from Hildebeest, who looks to the inside. Towards Brooklands. And he's through into 3rd place. Can the hill keep up and perhaps retake the position? On the next lap, DRS will be enabled, which will definitely spice things up if Nahil can stay within 1 second of Hildebeest. Definitely keeping up with him though. Lob in P5 in the McLaren. It's up in the top 5. How remarkable is that? Just keeping out of trouble. Snake and Beans. Through the high-speed S's. Maggots and Beckett's. Oh, a lot of understeer, but he gets through it. There's Laquito and Captain Schmeg. Captain Schmeg on a charge. I reckon he's not going to be mucking around here. Into Stowe. Laquito runs very wide. Through comes Captain Schmeg. Into P8. There's P7 and 6 right in front. Through it. Onto the Hamilton Strait. Snake and Beans. Driving in the middle of the road to try and break the toe through turn 1. 2. Then into the hairpin of turn 3. Does he go for it here? Oh, he should have! He makes contact with Snake and Beans. He was able to get on the brakes so much later, and as a result, he slammed up the back end of the Alfa Romeo. Fortunately, there isn't major damage on that car. I can see a little chunk missing out of an end plate, but other than that, front wing is fairly intact. But he should have went for that move. He had better tyres, he probably would have made it stick. He's on the back of Liquito again to try and find a way by. Through Maggots and Beckett's. Snake and Beans, I reckon, is going to try and pass Rafa here. Here goes Captain Schmeg. Oh, he's trying anyway. He's side by side with Liquito. No, Liquito's pulling away. Better straight line speed from the AlphaTauri, but he runs wide again at Stowe. He and Captain Schmeg are side by side. Oh, round Vale they go, and through he goes into P8. Have a look at the penalties. Captain Schmeg. Oh, and spinning is Liquito into the barrier. A big spin, a big moment. Oh my goodness, thank goodness ghosting is turned on. Ooh. Out in front, it is Passassin. From 17th on the grid, he has come back through the field to lead towards the end of this British Grand Prix. He's got the margin in hand as well. He's got 3 seconds, but the gap to the car behind is 3.6. So long as Passassin doesn't make a mistake, should be victory for the Mercedes driver. KD doing his best to try and catch up. Unfortunately, though, it's to no avail. Gap is always increasing, it seems. Passassin has really got it hooked up. In fact, I reckon he's going for fastest lap. Captain Schmeg overtakes Lob. That's for P7. And in fact, Lob is off the circuit completely at Maggots and Beckett's. So here we go. Through the Vale chicane, around Club Corner. Passassin will take the checkered flag and take the victory here at Silverstone. KD will finish P2, a 3-second time penalty for Captain Schmeg. Hildebeest will cross the line in third, but that third place will go to Nihil plus Ultra in the Alpine. Snake and Beans, I believe, will take 5th place. No, it will go to Captain Schmeg. Oh, Silent Banshee! Wait, what? No, that can't be right. That can't be right at all. Nihil plus Ultra had no penalties whatsoever next to his name. How is it that he loses out to Banshee? And look, we've got some timing glitches here. 31 minutes for Hildebeest, 31 minutes for Snake and Beans. There is something wrong with the timing screen. But I do believe the podium is Passassin, KD, and then Nihil. We'll double check that in the final results screen. Ooh. Car teleported back into the pit garage. Well done, Passassin. From 17th to 1st. Literally last first. Sort of demonstrating why he's one of the best in the Americas region. KD in P2. Pretty sure it's Nihil in P3. We'll double check that though. So, yeah, look at the fastest laps. 30 minutes. What? Ah, so broken. Yeah, let's see here. Where are you? Alpine. There you are. Yeah, he had no penalties. So how did Banshee finish in front? Even though he has a penalty of 3 seconds. What? This game is so busted. So yeah, it will be Nihil in P3 then. It will be, absolutely. Like, the fastest lap is actually the slowest lap, according to the leaderboard. 30 minutes, 0.055 seconds. The oh, God. And I don't think we're moving anywhere from this screen either. And I won't be able to leave unless I just close the game. So I think we better wrap up the stream, everybody. What an absolute mess that was. Just a whole heap of complications. But, you know. It's the first race. It's a teething process. Hopefully, as I said earlier, it will go smoothly next week. But I think with the race finally over, it's time for us to end the stream. But tune in throughout the week, though. There's still plenty of racing to take place here on Race Spec Esports. But for the Americas Series, it's time for us to win. Until next time, I've been Lane Everingham. Thank you all so much for watching. And we'll see you for round 2 at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. That will be next week. Until then, good night.